Welcome to Evolution of Self with me, Britannia. Hello. So today was actually, or the topic I'm going to be talking about today was actually inspired by one of my sons. Now, I don't often share personal things about them because I think their lives are private and it's up to them to share what they feel they want to share. And not for me to broadcast it to all and sundry. However, this is pretty generic and not specific too much to him. And I did have a bit of a proud mum moment, so I can't help myself. He recently looked for a job. It's not a permanent job, it's not a career move or anything like that. But he chose to do a job that he is uncomfortable doing. And the reason he chose that job was because he realises that he struggles with something in life, and that doing this particular job is going to help him become more confident in it. And at such a young age, I am beyond proud because as adults, we struggle, or quite most of the people I know struggle to choose to do something that is uncomfortable. So for somebody at his tender age to make that choice and do it without any pushing or prompting from me, but from his own wisdom, to me is just so unbelievable, and I'm so incredibly proud. But I'm sharing it with you because we all need that challenge in life. We all need to stretch ourselves, because not stretching ourselves, not challenging ourselves, means that we stagnate and we start to deteriorate. We stop growing, we stop thriving, we stop embracing life. And in the coaching that I do, there's always a standard, a minimum amount of challenge that is good for us, and that is generally 20%. Now, you can challenge yourself way beyond 20% if you so wish, but one thing you have to understand is the more you challenge yourself, the harder it will be for you to accomplish whatever it is that you're challenging yourself with, because there's a pushback, and the pushback is equivalent to the amount of challenge that you challenge yourself. The pushback isn't just from what you're facing externally and your ability to deal with it. The pushback is also an internal pushback. It depends on your level of discomfort with whatever you're doing, the voices and the noise and the talk and the thoughts that you have in your head and the emotions that you feel around what it is that you're doing. So not only do you have to overcome whatever external things that you've challenged yourself with, but you also have to overcome the internal chatter, the internal dialogue, the internal emotions that you then have to face as well. So be very careful when you challenge yourself. And I'm not saying don't push your challenges as much as you want. Go for it. Test your limits and see what you're capable of. But just be aware of what I'm saying. So if, for instance, you challenge yourself too much and you find that you fall short, don't beat yourself up and tell yourself you're useless and you can't do anything. Realize that the challenge level was too great, and that maybe if you reduce it slightly or break what it is down that you're trying to achieve down into steps, that it'll be more likely that you will actually manage to achieve it. Something also to be aware of is that the more you bring this into your life, the more you challenge yourself in these little incremental ways, the more your stretch will, the more you will believe that you are able to meet those challenges. So if you tend to overface yourself and find that you struggle to complete your challenges, internally you will begin to think that you're somebody who can't do stuff, somebody who's a failure. But if you reduce the challenge and you set yourself challenges that do stretch you but are achievable, you will build your own self-confidence and your own self-belief. And the more you do it, the more you will believe that you can achieve stuff. So that eventually, one day, when you do challenge yourself slightly too much, you will still most likely be able to do it because you will have built so much belief in yourself that it will carry, the momentum will carry you forwards. So play around with that, the level of challenge that you do for yourself. And also remember that there's so many different areas in our lives. We have work, which most of us have in our lives. There is also your social life, your friends, your connections. There's family and your significant other, your children. There's that area. Financially. There's also your spiritual area. And this doesn't mean religious. It means your own self-growth, your own development. And physical, your physicality, your health, your fitness, the way you look and how you want to look. I might not have covered all of the areas, but those are quite a number of them. And if you sit down, say once a month, and have a look through them and see which ones you're happy with, which ones you're more challenged with, and then just slowly start looking for things that you can push yourself with in all those different areas. And if you think you've got them all waxed and you're very happy, then maybe you need to challenge yourself more, because if you're relaxed and happy, you can be complacent. Find something else, something that excites you, that makes you want to go out and challenge it. I'm actually going to be starting a course in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm beyond excited about it. I haven't done proper studying for years now. I mean, I constantly learn and look into things because I'm an incredibly curious person, but I haven't done any formal studying for quite a while. But I'm really excited. I'm also a little bit scared because I know that I am challenging myself. But it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel like I'm really living. And it makes life feel exciting and worthwhile and, yeah, really good. Without those things in our lives can become tepid and boring and still and uninteresting. So find the things in your life that give you a little bit of whoopa and make you want to dive in and live it. I hope you've enjoyed our episode this week. As usual, there's loads of links in the show notes, links to my website if you're interested in doing coaching with me, links to my online courses, and links to this month's or the next month's Ho'oponopono sessions, and also a link to a video about Ho'oponopono if you don't know anything about it. Have a fabulous week. So much love from me to you. Bye-bye.